Yo, what's going on guys? I'm your host, a gaming mouse, and today I have a video that I normally don't do because I find this kind of topics kind of dumb to talk about. But anyways, today I'm going to talk about Destiny versus Warframe. Now, I'm not actually going to say which is better, I'm just going to say which one I like the most. Everyone has a different opinion. Now, just because I say I like X game more than the other game, you shouldn't hate on me. I mean, you probably like one of those games and you don't like the other as much as well. So if it's not like my option isn't the same as yours, you shouldn't actually hate me for that. I'm just, as I just said, stating my opinion. So yeah, let's go on with the video. So the first game I'm going to talk about in this video is Destiny, which is the game I'm currently playing. And first I'm going to describe Destiny as a first-person looter shooter, and that's pretty much all you need to know about this game. You kill stuff and you loot what they drop. Now the loot goes into your inventory and you gain your power level by getting gear that's, well, better than the one you currently have. A piece of gear has a specific level of power, and the higher your level of power is, the better type of missions and raids you can do. Now, they did some kind of wacky remake of the power level, so now everyone starts at 750, so you can instantly start playing like the raids and strikes. I mean, I get it, it's cool and all. I mean, they did that so they attract a larger player base, so they don't have to grind their asses off in order to play Strike. And I think that's actually a pretty good thing that the developers did, because they think about their player base and they really care about it. So, there are plenty of different ways to get your gear in this game. So, not only you can kill enemies to drop loot, you can actually do a lot of missions. So, I'm going to show a couple of them. So imagine, you can do side quests. The side quests are adventures. You kill a bunch of enemies in a zone, you open a chest, and you get gear. You can also do strike, which are really fun to do. They might become repetitive after you do them a lot of times, like a lot of times. But they seem pretty fun. I enjoy doing strikes, even if I'm doing the same strike over and over and over and over again. I have a lot of fun doing them. You can also get gear by playing PvP, and this is a mix of PvP and PvE. So the Crucible is the PvP aspect of the game. Every time you play a PvP match, regardless whether you win or not, you are granted 3 items. They can be either guns or they can be like armor. And then you have the Gambit, which is a mix of PvP and PvE, which is my favorite game mode by like miles away. It's so fun to play. It's pretty innovative as well. It's like something I've never seen in any game, and it's done really well. Like, really big props for that game mode. I really enjoy playing it, and it gives like a whole new vibe to the PvP aspect, because not only it's PvP, it's also mixed with PvE. So there's a bit for everyone. So imagine you don't like the PvP aspect, so you can play like the Gambit in like a PvE way and let other people raid the enemies and do like the PvP side of the Gambit. So now that I spoke about all the game modes, I gotta say something that I really don't like about Destiny is how one-sided the PvP is. Because the hitboxes in this game on the PvP side are like so janky, like the hitboxes are so large. I can imagine, do you see that player over there, like at the bottom? If I'm aiming like over here, I'm headshotting him, and no, not even joking. Okay, so the last relevant thing I wanna talk about that I really like about Destiny is that the classes. The classes are something that I really enjoy, and it's something that Warframe doesn't have and will never have, which is quality over quantity. I don't like that Warframe releases 500 fucking frames that are just shit. Like, they're just shit. Don't disagree with me, because it's true. There are some frames that are legit fucking garbage, and they don't have a place in Warframe. Meanwhile, in Destiny you have 3 classes. You have a mage, which is a warlock, you have a fucking tank, which is a titan, and you have the hunter, which is the one I'm using right now. The fact that this game only has 3 classes, it's really good, because it makes it so there's not a billion useless characters that no one likes to use, just like in Warframe, which is something that is, to me, is really superior about this game. This is pretty much everything I have to say about Destiny, so now I'm going to record some Warframe gameplay and talk about the game So now let's talk about Warframe, which is a third-person looter shooter. Just basically the gist of this game is you need to level up your mastery. This is my mastery rank right now. So in order to level up your mastery, you need to play with weapons that suck fucking dick. They are garbage. You legit have to play with weapons that you don't want to play with. Grind your mastery rank, and it takes a full fucking day or 12 hours to craft a single fucking weapon. 1 day to craft a weapon, so you can spend half an hour to level it up. The grind in this game is so unfun to do. I really like this game, don't get me wrong, I really like this game, but the grind, the progression is so fucking bad. Progressing in Destiny, it's so fun. You're killing enemies, you're doing a lot of missions. Fun while you're progressing, you can play PvP while you're progressing. In here, you don't even have PvP. It's so bad that no one plays it. No one plays any of these game modes, they're so bad. Meanwhile in Destiny, the PvP, even though it's unbalanced, it's enjoyable. Another thing that I just talked about in Destiny, which is the classes that Warframe has. Like, Warframe has a lot of unique and diverse frames. Some of them are good, most of them are absolute fucking garbage. So a lot of people, when they open up the game, they just see platinum, 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 platinum everywhere. You can pay to win this game, which is what a lot of people do because they can't be arsed to farm for frame. Just so to be clear, after you get the 3 parts, you need to wait 12 hours for each one to be crafted, and then 3 more days for the frame itself to be crafted. Meanwhile, that's not even progressing, that's just meaningless grind to get a character, that's garbage. So this video might seem like I'm hating on Warframe, and don't get me wrong, I really like this game. The thing that I most enjoy about this game is the movement and the combat, it's really fun. But overall, as an MMO, I think this isn't to be considered an MMO because of how bad the progression system is. I don't like how you progress in this game at all. I think it's really, 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 really bad. Like, there's no excuse for having a game that's being made since 2013 and have such few content with such few things to do, and all of those things are like locked behind a huge grind wall, or you can just pay for them and get them instantly, like the Warframes. And a lot of the fun things you can do in Warframe don't actually involve actual gameplay. They involve stuff like trading, talking with other people, actually even helping newer players. I have more fun helping newer players than I have playing the actual game because the lack of content. Now, when I talk about lack of content, you might think, oh, but Warframe has such a huge map, it has so much things to be done. Legit, if you think that, you're fucking retarded. So basically, this is the map, these are missions. But the thing is that these missions are basically copy-pasted off each other with the same objective. In every single planet, you have basically the same missions with different assets, with different enemies. It's not different content, it's not varied content, it's the same shit. When I talk about content, I'm talking about like unique stuff to do, like Railjack is coming out. When I talk about like new content, I'm talking about like a new game mode, like something different to do, like that doesn't really relate to the actual gameplay. So a thing that I really enjoy in Warframe that isn't a lot related to the actual content would be Lua. Lua, or the moon, whatever you wanna call it, has puzzles, and the puzzles are like my favorite thing to do in Warframe. They're like so fun to do, and they're like a really niche thing, but they're diverse content. They're not actual gameplay, they're not missions, they're like side things you can do on a mission to get loot, and that's really cool to do. Unlike Destiny, the enemies don't offer a challenge. In Destiny, okay, you're going to do a mission. If you've done the mission a bunch of times, I mean, you're going to clear it easily, but the enemies scale towards everyone's level. When you're playing in Warframe, it feels like a competition. It's like, oh, I have the best build, haha, I win, lamau. So the builds, which is something I want to talk about, is every single frame, every single weapon uses the same basic concept about an aura, which is like my passive, which, so, don't take damage, do more damage, resist, do more damage, have more energy to do more damage, regenerate energy. The frames all run around this concept. You need to survive, you need to gain HP, and you need to do damage. Then you have the weapon builds. You have the Riven mod, which is optional, which is like the Giga, Mega, Super upgraded mod that everyone wants and costs a fuck ton of platinum, and makes the game extremely pay to win. And then you have the normal mode. So you have damage. Where's the damage? You have the damage, and you have the damage. Then you have critical strike, which makes these shots do more damage. Then you have multi-shot. Then you have elemental damage, which allows you to do even more damage. It revolves around the same thing. So the big difference that you can do like okay, I want to do a PvP build. So you get a weapon, you farm that weapon with the perk, like the weapon perks that you want. Okay, I want to do a PvP build, so I get a revolver or something, then an auto rifle, and then let's say an RPG. And yeah, you can farm for a specific weapon with specific perks to get a build using like PvP. Then you can get a build for PvE. Okay, so I've pretty much just been shit talking Warframe. Now I've been saying that I enjoy the game, and I do enjoy the game. I really enjoy the story mode. I really enjoy the shooting of the weapon. The thing is that the things that I enjoy get surpassed by the things that are completely garbage. So overall, what would I do to make Warframe a much more fun game? So first of all, I would remake every single mission and do side objectives, make them not as long, like I don't need to go through 3000 meters, go to the exit. I would completely remodulate the progression system. This is something I'm going to say that a lot of people are going to get triggered about, is that this progression system is absolute pay to win. Why is that? There's this number. People think that this number is even important, which is clearly not, because Master rank 8 players can have builds as good or even better than Master rank 20 players. Newer players don't know that they can just go to the market, pay like 10 bucks and have the best build you can get with like the best weapon, with like really good mods and stuff. It shouldn't be possible to be like a beginner at the game and have like an end game build that you can just rush the entire game through. So why is the game progression pay to win? So imagine you're grinding, and let's be clear, as I said before, you're going to wait like 24 hours for each weapon. To grind, let's say from the master rank I am right now to 17, I would have to upgrade 30 weapons in a row. And if I wasn't going to buy a booster, I would have to spend, let's say, 4 hours in a row, 5 hours in a row, leveling up weapons that I do not want to level up and that are absolute garbage and that I do not want to play with in order to level up my master rank. While if I pay, it will reduce the time by half. And I mean, yeah, it's 40 platinum, but these things add up, don't they? We realistically can't hate on DE, which are the developers of Warframe. Why? Because the game is completely free to play. The only way they make money is by selling, well, let's say cosmetics and platinum and boosters and shit like that. The thing is that there's a point where you need to take this into consideration. If the only way you're making money is basically by making the game extremely unfun for players to play, making it a fucking giant grind, or you just pay 2 euros or 3 euros to buy a fucking Warframe instantly, then that should be the line. That should just be, okay, we crossed the line, let's fix that. But no, they don't give a fuck about the community. Like everyone has been asking, at least for the last 2 years, that they add new content, diverse content. They didn't add shit. Completely retarded that the ignores the player base and doesn't add new content. And then they have like these cool ideas to add, like, oh, Fortuna and those kind of areas, like the plain. Those are really cool ideas, but they have such shit mechanic. They aren't even fun to play. Alright, so I'm gonna rant about one last thing before I end this video, which is how you introduce a new player to the game in both Destiny and Warframe. Now, in Destiny, it's pretty simple. You do missions, you get gear, and you level up your power level. Sounds pretty easy to get it at first glance. Now in Warframe you have 100 fucking retarded mechanics that are overly complicated, and the only way to understand them is either by getting lucky and figuring out them at the first time, or just watching a YouTube video or going to the wiki of the game. Now, if you're a new player and in order to play a game you have to go to the wiki every 2 seconds, then the developers don't know how to produce Warframe developers are trying to attract new players to the game. They don't know how to introduce players into their game. Whenever they go to the arsenal and they go to equip, do you know what they see? They see platinum. Platinum is pay to win currency. Whenever you go to the story, you just see, oh, Warframe is pay to win. So overall, this is the end of the video. Just want to say something. Warframe, I really like this game, but just listen to the community, please. That's all I have to say. Destiny, otherwise, they listen to the community and they made the game easier to pick up, and Destiny is way more fun in every single sense than Warframe. So that's all I have to say for this video. It seems like I'm really hating on Warframe, Warframe, but it's constructive criticism. You can't really like give a pat on the back on someone when they're doing absolute shit and expect them to improve. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe as usual, and see you on the next video. Goodbye, and let's roll the outro.